Yo, what's poppin', It's your player partner, Rome, aka Romee Rose, aka Penn Bryant, aka Von Pleasures, and I now have jumped off the porch with the dirty glove bastards. Y'all already know what it is.
She get that cash. Look at her face, look at her eyes.
All right, so we got Rome off the porch with us today, man.
What's poppin'?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm blessed. I woke up today, so I can't complain, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Blessed, man. I feel
sure.
that, bro. All right, man. So let's take it back. Born in LA?
I was born in Los Angeles, California, Tarzana to be exactly, which is in the valley.
Okay.
I think my parents and we moved when I was probably like 3 or 4, something like that. My mother moved to DC.
Okay.
And then just growing up, man, I moved around a lot. So my grandmother really raised me. I know, like most Southern families, like your grandmother's your backbone. So my grandmama really raised me. Growing up, I spent time in New York, Mount Vernon, and in Atlanta, Georgia, and Ellenwood, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, but DC, definitely the DMV is definitely like where I made my staple, where I, you know what I'm saying, like put my stamp on what I do, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What part of DC were you growing up at?
I lived in Northeast DC. My dad lived in Southeast, so Northeast I lived in Mayfair. I lived in, Parkside, over by like Minnesota Avenue, things of that nature. I went to school uptown.
Okay.
So I was really all over the city and everything like that. I went to art school too, so it's a prestigious area in DC called Georgetown. And I went to an art school called Duke Ellington up there. So I went there for 2 years and I graduated from Cardozo.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
For sure.
All right, so how would you describe your childhood growing up in DC then?
DC is one of those type of cities that, I know they say like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I feel like if you can make it out of DC, you can make it anywhere. Because it's not a lot of opportunity. Music-wise, it's more like a political city. Like when they show you DC, you see like the White House and stuff like that. They don't really take you on the other side of 8th Street where it's like the real DC, you know what I'm saying? You got everything, a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? DC is one of those type of cities where it's like nobody gonna give you nothing. You gotta really get it on your own. Ain't nobody really gonna give you no handouts. Kind of crab in the barrel in a sense. If you're really from the area, like you know it's crab in the barrel. But you know, you just gotta, it makes the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
At what age would you say you jumped off the porch there?
Man, I would say I jumped off the porch probably about 11, 12.
Okay.
Around that time, I wasn't really living with my mom. I was living with my godbrothers. They from Orange, Texas. And we lived over in Mayfair. And around that time, it wasn't really like no really guidance. My mom was working, things was going, so it's kind of like you got young dudes raising themselves, running around the hood, stuff like that. At that time, it was just a lot of turmoil in my life. You know, I didn't have a lot of money, we was broke, you know, but those times create character. They make you who you are, stuff like that. So I would say I jumped at the porch like 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah. So Duke Ellington, man. What had motivated you to go there, and what did you study there?
Man, I used to sing around the hallways in middle school, and I went to Ronald H. Brown. My first year back from Atlanta, I went to Ronald H. Brown because I was supposed to go to finish school in Atlanta, but things didn't turn out that way. So I went to Ronald H. Brown, and my guidance counselor heard me singing one day in the hallway. He was just like, "You need to go to Duke," and I didn't know what Duke was, never heard of it, but it's an art school, so it's basically like they have visual arts, dance, singing, drums, things of that nature. Actually, Corey Hawkins, or I can't remember his last name, I know his name Corey, the guy that played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. Okay, yeah. He went to Duke. I went to Duke with him. And it's another girl that played on Orange is the New Black. I can't think of Dupree, one of the characters, the girl, she went to Duke also. And Dave Chappelle went to Duke. And so just a lot of, you know, art people. I think Taraji P. Henson went there for a little bit too, if I'm not mistaken. But Duke is one of them schools where like you get a college feel before you get out of high school. So like we could leave off campus, we could walk through through Georgetown and stuff like that. It wasn't really like a 9 to 5. You actually do your academics in the morning and your arts in the afternoon. So you get a grade for your art. So I sang. So you know you got to leave school sometimes, come back, do concert choir, do a show or sing whatever like that. That's your grade. So that's how you get graded and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a knucklehead.
So how would you describe that experience going there then?
It changed me. It was everything that I needed at that moment. When you come from the hood, when you come from a section of the city where you don't have a lot, and then you go to being in areas where you're around the elite, or you meet people that you watch on TV and things of that nature. You learn how to conduct yourself. You learn that you can't be a quote unquote nigga all the time. You got to do like better stuff, and you got to just adjust yourself to your environment. And one thing Duke taught me was to adjust.
Okay.
Adapt.
Yeah.
I would say.
What would you say has been one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome in your life?
I would say believing when nobody else believed. Sitting in those rooms and those dark times that I had where I didn't feel like I had a friend or anybody who loved me, still having the courage to believe that one day it's gonna be better. Writing songs based upon, what you're going through. It's easy to write songs when you're up, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta tap into those moments when you're down, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I say that's really what it is for me.
Okay. So how long have you been making music? When did you first start doing it?
I've been making music since about 3, 4. My dad's from Detroit.
Okay.
So I grew up with that Motown, feeling that Motown background. I used to be playing the game or doing something, and my dad would come in and hit a note, and I'd have to repeat the note to him and stuff like that. So I well-equipped, well-trained to be doing this since I was about 3 years old. I've actually been to, there's a museum in Detroit, and it's the Motown Museum. And my dad took me there as a young kid, and I got to see like where Michael Jackson's glove is in there. And it spins in a little case and everything like that. I got to see where Smokey Robinson and the Temptations and people, recorded at Stevie Wonder's drum set, piano. So I touched a lot of history. So I know my shit now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Did you always take it serious, or when did you decide, all right, this is what I'm going to pursue, this is what I want to do? I want to do music, man.
Man, the first time I really took it serious is when I wrote a song and recorded it, and I played it for somebody, and like maybe 2-3 days later, they were singing it back or they were humming it. And I knew right then and there, I have the ability to captivate people with music and cadence. Like a lot, like right now, a lot of things I'm melodic and stuff like that. That's why Drake wins a lot, because he writes songs and he does stuff that the average person can do. You know what I'm saying? You may not be able to hit all the runs and all that other type of stuff, but if you can sing along to it, that's normally how you get them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think your family's probably pretty supportive of you pursuing after a music career then.
Nah, for sure. I don't really have a big family. I'm my only child. I'm my only grandchild. So that's what I'm saying. Spending a lot of time alone, you gotta lock in and key into your talents and what you do. Can't be worried about what the next man doing. You gotta focus on you. You know what I'm saying? Can't crash your car if you stay in your own lane. You feel me?
Who were some of your favorite artists you enjoyed listening to when you were coming up?
Well, I remember cleaning up in the house. I would say like Barry White, definitely Michael Jackson. From the DMV area, I would say like Tank, Genuine, people of that nature. Tyrese, Tevin Campbell, people like that. I really kind of looked up to those type of people. I'm a songwriter, so I definitely looked up to like the Rico Loves and the Neos.
Okay.
And people of that caliber, the JDs and stuff like that. So yeah, I always study both aspects of it.
Yeah. How would you describe the sound of the music that you make? What is your style?
It's kind of like I'm trying to transition myself into like making music that's like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a song can say things that words can't even like put together. Like you can't, some things a song can make you feel, or it just conveys a different thing that words can't say. You know what I'm saying? I might have a conversation with you, but it may not hit like that song that you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's different. Music just talks to you different in different languages.
I feel that. Is there a meaning behind the name Rome?
Well, yeah, so like as a kid, I would always run around the house singing, and my mother would always call me like Romeo. But at that time when I was young, Master P's son had Romeo up. So my mother would be like, Romeo, Romeo. She would always call me Romeo. So as I started getting older, the extra E was for like, I always put like 2 E's, and I always say the extra E is for like entertainer. Because like, I don't just do music, I entertain. Like I really am into my craft. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of things like that.
I got you. And you recently moved down here to Atlanta, right?
And back in the A, man, I've been back here since November.
Okay.
I just been networking and just doing my thing. linking with my guys. Shout out to my manager Mo. Shout out to my dog Dre. He's an artist too. He's been linking with me. He has a brand called Mentally Attractive. My guy Mo, he has a brand called Wealth and All. Free my boy Trayo. He got a whole Trail Baby Punkin. He got a movement coming out. So I really just been linking with like-minded people, individuals. Like I say, I'm a songwriter, so definitely want to write songs for great artists. And I've been networking and, you know, just doing my thing a little bit here and there, but I think it's time to go to the next level with it.
Okay.
You feel me?
How long did you plan this move before you actually made the move?
Well, Atlanta's like home to me. Like, my aunt lived in Ellenwood. I stayed in Ellenwood, you know what I'm saying? So in the Ellenwood back then, the whole thing was, like, they used to say, Ellenwood area, fuck with us, we bury you. And that used to be the little motto, you know, crime mob is from Ellenwood and stuff like that. So when I was in the neighborhood, like, the kids always showed me love and things like, so whenever you come to Atlanta, Atlanta's one of them southern cities where, like, you feel like they accept you, they embrace you, things of that nature. I know a lot of cities are different, but Atlanta's one of those cities where you can really come here and, like, make a way for yourself if you're doing it for the right reasons. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're gonna get your issue though. I don't know, people come to Atlanta think it's sweet. It ain't all sweet now, you know, shit happen everywhere.
Yeah.
For real.
So how would you say the music scene here in Atlanta compares to back at home in DC?
I would say Atlanta is more like I said, supportive. Like, people here get behind you, people here embrace you. In DC, I hate to say it, man, but it's kind of like everybody feels like they're that guy. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to feel like that in your own way. But sometimes people get in their own way a lot of times. And I think like it's a big debate on, like, who's from DC, who's from Maryland, who's from Virginia. I say, as long as it's bringing light and shedding light on the whole area, who gives a fuck? You feel me? That's like small shit to me. But I mean, it's definitely, you got 3-0 Black, Fat Trail, Shy Glizzy, shout out to my boy Tariq. It's a lot of dope artists in the DMV area, you know what I'm saying, just in general, who, you know, they popping their shit. DC's really a go-go city too. Shout out to my band, Love Band. But it's really a musical city. If you ever come to DC and the music will engulf you, real talk, real talk.
Would you say you get more support back at home or down here in Atlanta?
I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I nigga definitely get more love down here in Atlanta. But at the same time, I don't really do it for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be comfortable with who you are as a person no matter what. Everybody's not gonna like me. Everybody's not gonna like you. You feel me? But you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. And as long as you're progressing and moving forward, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short to be worrying about what somebody think about you.
Real shit.
Real shit.
That's true right there. All right, so you got this new project, Dungeon Files.
Yeah.
Man. Can you explain that title?
Dungeon Files EP. It's basically what the title is. I went into the dungeon of my mind, of my life. Like, I was in a place where I had to make something happen with nothing. If you like me, or if anybody out there like me, I know what it's like to stretch $20 for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So when you come from that type of background and grinding, when you're back against the wall, you create. So I really went into the dungeon. I blocked out all negativity, all things that were keeping me from being great. And I just kind of locked in and just like songs that I knew were gonna push the culture, or even songs that I knew just I needed to get out. You know, it's not even necessarily about all the time pushing the culture. Sometimes I just need to get it out. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother passed away last year, rest in peace to my grandmother. So when you listen to the project and you hear a song like Going Through Some Things, you know, I'm sure you got a grandmother. And if she, you know, still living or passed away or whatever, you'll definitely feel that type of song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I just try to keep it real to myself sometimes.
Yeah. So I think it was pretty therapeutic then, recording these songs, digging deep into that dungeon, like you said.
Man, listen, a lot of times, you gotta go deep, man. You gotta address some things with yourself. Like, I look in the mirror and I'm 100% comfortable with the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely therapeutic. It's definitely therapeutic. I like people, but I don't really like people like that. Like, I'm cordial with people. Like, I say, hey, what's up? But I ain't buddy-buddy with folks like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really believe in energy. And, like, you know, I protect my energy at all costs. And I learned that. I learned that in my later years, but energy is definitely real. You feel me? So I try to put up positive energy and everything like that. But it's therapeutic, you know?
I feel that.
For sure.
So what's your creative process like? Do you write? Do you punch in? Do you need to be alone when you're writing or recording? Or
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. And Mo will tell you, I go to the studio by myself. By myself. I don't want nobody in there. I don't even want to know that you're breathing. Like I really need to be alone in there so I can create. Like I have to be in a place where I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we might inhale some good vibes. We might pour up a little something. I haven't even touched my drink yet, but we might, you know, have a conversation. And it doesn't happen every night. You feel me? Sometimes we go to the studio and we book a session and we talk, but we talk about real shit. The next day, that might be the song that I was supposed to write. You know what I'm saying? So it happens like that. For the most part, I do try to come to the studio with already like the concept of what the song is about. So I do pin it sometimes. Sometimes I can punch in. If I do have people in the room, when you playing stuff back and you see people's reaction, that'll let you know sometimes if you're on the right path. And you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you know, it just depends. But I don't like a whole lot of people around me. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah.
Who were some of the producers you work with on this project?
I work with a producer named Teo, Vernon Beats, MK Beats, a lot of different artists who, you know, I've worked with certain artists and their producers have, you know, liked me or we've kind of clicked and everything. They sent me beats. If you're a producer or engineer out there, you definitely appreciate you. You definitely can send me beats, you know what I'm saying? Songkillerbookings@gmail.com, send me beats, you know what I'm saying? If you're an artist and you need a song written, holler at me, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna work that out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely work with a lot of dope producers and everything like that.
Okay. So when you're songwriting for another artist, do you usually have like an artist in mind that you're writing for, or do you just write the song and then
I just try to write in general. I try to be as transparent as I can. Writing for women is different. Writing for men is different, you know? But that's a conversation that needs to be had, you know? A woman's response to a situation is a song. A man's response to a woman's response is a song. You know what I'm saying? Every guy has gotten into it with his girl and fuck her and I'm done with her. And then, you know, next thing you know, baby, I miss you. You know what I'm saying? So we all go through those type of experiences, but you need to write about that because just because we go through it, we all handle it differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Is there a single that you plan to push off this project, or did you have any music videos?
So what I did was going to the whole Dungeon Files thing was basically, like I say, just getting the ideas out. Like, I'm in such a positive, like, mood right now. I'm such in a good space. Like, it's time to turn up. Like, we going next level with it. And I know a lot of artists say that, but I really I got people around me right now that's like pushing me and motivate me like I never had before. Like, everybody's a captain of their own ship, but your captain's nothing without his crew. You know what I'm saying? And my crew, they all play their part right, and we all do what we're supposed to do. So I got videos coming. My single that I'm getting ready to push is Cash.
Okay.
That's a club record. Probably the next one is BankRoll. You know, getting ready for the spring, summertime. We finna turn up, let these boys know we big stepping out here. We ain't no joke, you know what I'm saying? I know you see it around my neck, Songkiller Entertainment. That's my brand.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So just letting people know, like, whatever I get on, I just feel like I'm gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? So whether that be singing, I recently tapped into the rapping thing, but I'm just having fun with it. But these boys don't want no smoke with their vocal, like singing. These boys don't want no smoke. Stop it. They don't want no smoke. And they know I'm a dog too. You better ask about me.
Do you feel like that's what separates you from the other artists? Is that you could actually like sing?
I feel like, yeah, because, you know, it's one thing to get behind a microphone with the auto-tune, but, you know, like I said, my dad from Detroit. I know what it's like to put that microphone in front of that stage with that seat, and you got to really show them folks that you know what I'm saying, you got to stand on what you sing about and what you say. Mm-hmm. So I come from that. I understand that. I relate to that. So a lot of these guys, they just, you know, industry plants. That's really what they are, but it's cool.
Kush and 808s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next project. So what type of vibes are going to be on this? It's going to be more upbeat?
It's going to be R&B vibes. We're taking 808s and putting R&B records over them. We're going from everything, like love, sex, money, everything. Like, you know, we're talking about everything. We're creating vibes, you know what I'm saying? It's really going to be a project where you can put it on and not skip nothing.
Yeah. And
we tapping into like R&B, so we taking it back. Right now, right now I'm studying, like I said, that old R&B, Nat King Cole. I'm studying even like gospel, you know what I'm saying? Just getting a wide variety of like different things that I want to be able to tap into, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very spiritual, and I have to be spiritual because coming from the church, I've seen a lot of good, I've seen a lot of evil. I've seen things that make you come to church, I've seen things that make you not want to walk through the door no more, you know what I'm saying? But I can relate to both, so I think my perspective on how I write is different.
Yeah.
And how I sing is definitely different. It comes from a place of pain, you know what I'm saying? If you've been through the struggle, man, you know them notes. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to church, but it's a difference when you go to a church and you know God is there versus when you go to a church and somebody's portraying that God is there. You know what I'm saying? It'll touch you differently. Pause.
What's your thoughts on the current state of R&B right now?
Excuse me. R&B's in a good place. You know what's dope is that all the rappers want to be singers, but all the singers want to be rappers. And I'm guilty of that. I'm one of those singers that was beating on the table at lunchtime with all the, you know, rapper guys trying to hop in the ciphers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So R&B isn't, I mean, you got Chris Brown that's definitely like, he's out of here. That boy Pluto, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Trey Songz, you got me, you got Tank, you got Neo still doing this thing. You got a lot of the greats still doing their things. Mario, he's from Baltimore, which is, you know, in that circumference, that, you know, area and everything like that. So I definitely think R&B is in a great place to be great. And Bryson Tiller, stuff like that. I forgot somebody, my bad, but yeah. And then, you know, you throw me in the mix, man, we coming with it. Live bands, we coming with the stage presence, we coming with these festivals and these shows, man, we finna turn up. It's about to, y'all finna know my name. Yeah. On God. Yeah. On God.
What's some of the biggest challenges of being an independent artist?
Just believing sometimes. Cause you know what's crazy? I've been to a lot of like, if you are an independent artist, you've been to a lot of showcases and things of that nature, have done them. One of the craziest things that you notice is that the guy that doesn't have the talent, he has the manager, he has the camera crew, he has the CDs printed. Well, they don't do CDs no more, but you know what I mean. Back in the day when you had CDs, they had everything. The guy that was the most talented probably only had himself and maybe his manager. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that independent grind, you really have to believe in it because it's not easy. And you'll catch yourself looking at other people like, damn, why I don't have what he has? But you don't know what that man went through to get that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how long it took him to get there. So you got to just focus on what you're doing, just, you know, believing and keep growing, man. And, you know, I'm gonna tell you something that I learned, and it stuck with me to this day. Containers with the most weight move slow sometimes, but when they touch down, it's everything you needed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I kind of look at my career and I look at myself. It's like, y'all don't know my name yet, but once you know me, you know, you gonna know why you need me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The world didn't know they needed a Drake until Drake showed you why you needed a Drake. You know what I'm saying? And that go for DMX. Shout out to DMX. I hope he pulls through with that situation. But, you know, Jay-Z and all these people, Kanye West, the world didn't know they needed a Kanye West. You feel me? That's why sometimes you gotta stay focused. They told Kanye not to rap. Mm-hmm. I used to walk to school, listen to College Dropout. You feel me? They told that man not to rap. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta believe in yourself. Fuck what they talking about. You feel me?
Preach, man. What else you working on, bro? And what else coming up for you, bro?
Well, since we back in Atlanta, man, I'm definitely trying to tap into some of these films, movies. Okay. I'm definitely trying to get in touch with Tyler Perry Films and studios and things of that nature. My idea for myself is like, I really want to like Jamie Foxx this thing, Tyrese this thing, as far as like being like on TV, doing movies, doing television, doing music, you know, and I really feel like I could be that next guy to transition into that, you know, just be a triple threat. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You get one shot, you only get one chance. Why not, bro? Just reach for the stars and shit. I know what it's like to not have, so why not reach for everything I want? You feel me?
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Any last words, any shout outs before we wrap it up, bro?
Man, shout out to Off the Porch, man. Shout out to Wealth and All. Shout out to Mentally Attractive, man. Treo, free my dog Treo. Shout out to my brother DeMar, my brother Sean. Shout out to my mama and my dad, you know what I'm saying? Everybody back in the DMV, if you know me, man, shout out to y'all. And if you was outside back in the day, y'all know me, man. Like, we used to have a club called Fur. We used to have a club called Ibiza and Love. So I used to host clubs. So a lot of the people in the DMV, you know, if you was back outside like 08 to like 012, man, we had the clubs on lock, you know what I'm saying? So I always been around, I always been accessible. I just kind of stepped away from that to live my true purpose. And everybody can't go. I lost a lot of people that I really love on the way. But I always took a lesson, never a loss, because I lose never. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I lose never, you feel me? It's just about how you perceive things. And I use the bad times to motivate me to the good times and everything. So shout out to everybody, man. Whether you like me, don't like me, it's cool. But I'm trying to be your next favorite R&B artist in general, within the next year, 6 months to a year. So Songkiller Entertainment, we coming, we doing big things. You know, if you're an artist, you want to work with me, reach out to me, songkillerbookings@gmail.com for all the producers, artists, features, all that kind of stuff. I'm in Atlanta. I will come to you. You know what I'm saying? We can work out whatever we need to work out. You got to come with, you know, I don't want to show too much, but you got to come with it a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no rinky-dink stuff now. You know what I'm saying? But for sure, I definitely want to work with all the artists. I'm very humble. I don't got no ego. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to just be a part of greatness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person, man, if I don't get along with you, it's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can definitely adapt to every environment. You dig what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man, for sure.
She get that cash. Look at her face, look at her eyes, look at her ass.